Thor 4, guys. Thor Love and Thunder. We're going to talk about the box office. We're going to talk about some spoilers. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about a Furiosa update. We have some new Predator Prey images, but we start off the day by looking at Thor 4. China's box office is in peril, perhaps. Well, Thor did fairly well this weekend, and we'll talk about the box office numbers here in just a moment. But lighting up the Star Wars, the stars, wins the weekend. Lighting up the stars wins the weekend in China, but Thor 4 is in limbo over suspected LGBTQ censorship. Did Thor 4 have that in there? I guess if you call Rocks having... But Rocks, Korg maybe? Right, Valkyrie. Valkyrie was supposed to be like that, but she was kind of enamored with Thor when he got his clothes vaporized. Who knows? But let's just take a look at what this means for the box office, because some people will be running with this. Some people will be saying that this means that, it's in peril of not making $1 billion, or, it's not going to do all that well. And who knows? Maybe the studio will eventually say that it failed because... of that. But we know this, guys. We know from China that they don't like to have any kind of representation like that. They're not quite as liberal as we are here in North America, or in the free world, I guess you could say. That probably just got me banned from China. Probably that comment alone just probably got me banned from ever going to China. I didn't want to see the Forbidden City anyway. So there you go. But you know what? If anything, I'll tell you this. If Spider-Man No Way Home taught us anything, because Spider-Man No Way Home didn't open up in China, you don't need China's box office to make huge box office, right? But Thor, I think Ragnarok said that it made like 170 or something million or 120 or something from China. So it is still a chunk of cheddar. And I think it's going to be a chunk of cheddar that, Thor 4 is going to need, because when we take a look at the box office report here, you'll see that maybe it won't do as well as they were hoping, but we can get into that right now. Let's take a look at the weekend box office report over at, Box Office Mojo. Okay. So, this is the weekend box office report for July 8th to the 10th. The top 5 are: number 1 was Thor Love and Thunder. Number 2 was Minions, The Rise of Gru. Number 3 was Top Gun Maverick. Number 4 was Elvis. And number 5 was Jurassic World Dominion. Okay, well that's pretty much what we thought would happen, right? That everything would just get shifted down one number on the rankings there. But Thor opened to 143 domestically. Let's take a look at these numbers. Thor Love and Thunder domestic numbers are 143 million, internationally 159, 302 worldwide. I'd say that's fairly good. But what was the budget? Let's take a look at what was the budget here for Thor 4 Love and Thunder. 185 million. 185 million. Well, that seems about reasonable. But we got some discrepancies here. What's going on here? I scroll down. 185 there, but Wikipedia has it listed as 250 million. Now, is that with the you guys, you can't see that there, can you? I'll show it to you here. But you can see it here. It says budget is 250. Now, is that because you've already factored in marketing costs? Some people are reporting that it's even higher than that, actually. Some people are saying that it is almost like 300 million. Like that 250 million is actually the number then plus marketing. That's a lot of cheddar. That's a lot. So when we go back and take a look at the box office numbers, 302, even if it was 250 million, yeah, no, it's just barely crossed the break-even point. So it will make money. Now, based on this, though, will it make $1 billion? Will Thor Love and Thunder... I think you guys saw my initial out-of-the-theater reaction, and I apologize that I was going to have that up on Friday, but for some reason the internet where I live all went down for like 24 hours, and it was a spectacle to see. But I got that up anyway. I got that up as soon as I could. I had limited phone access. I could see Twitter, but it would take about 3 minutes for the page to load up because it was coming off of with some weird source. But I don't need to bother you with that. It was a tragedy. Let's take a look at the tomato meter for Thor. Let's maybe give us a little bit of 68%. 81% by the audience. Okay, so that's over 5,000 viewers there. 81%. So the audience liked it more than the critics. I think for me, guys, Thor: Love and Thunder, I would give, if I were to do formal reviews, I would still love to do formal reviews, but nobody watches them. I probably have to agree with around that 68%. I'd have to give 6.5 for Thor. And I think that's a generous 6.5. Mostly because of Natalie Portman, and mostly because of Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher. Because I'm not a fan of what they did with Thor. They kind of turned him into a bit of a buffoon. And it's kind of a step back for Chris Hemsworth, because he was building up his little bit of a resume there of intriguing works. Because we just saw him in Spiderhead, where he plays the bad guy. And he's stretching himself, guys. And this kind of, like, if Spiderhead was a step forward for Chris Hemsworth, this felt almost like a step back. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. We'll talk about that as soon as we get into some of the spoilers. Let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews here. Everyone is entitled to a misfire now and then, and that includes the gifted Kiwi performer and filmmaker most responsible for Thor and Love and Thunder. It's a scattered affair that at a certain point is all played out and out comedy. Huh. That's a bad one from Leonard Malden. Huh. Valerie, Deadline, Hollywood Daily. Taika Waititi seems to be still finding his footing with the franchise. Still finding? No, I think he's fully found it. What the heck are you talking about? And it may take him directing another film to find the right balance of the Asgardian heroes. No. I don't want to see him take another one. I don't want to see another Taika Waititi Thor. I'm done. I'm off that bandwagon. But just talking about the box office numbers here, guys. I think it'll cap out around 800 to 900 million. I think it's going to do the same around the same as what Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness did. It's not going to quite make that billion, because I think it's going to nosedive quite a bit on the second week here. 70, Rise of Gru. Yeah, that'll stay in there. So it'll stay number one for one more week, because what do we got coming out this week? We got Where the Crawdads Sing, and that's, I think, the biggest one. The Gray Man comes out. No, not this week. Yeah, so it's just Where the Crawdads Sing comes out this week. Yeah, so that won't even make. That'll maybe come in third spot, because we'll go Thor, Minions, Where the Crawdads Sing, Top Gun Maverick, and Elvis. And if you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick or Elvis yet, guys, let's see what Maverick's at here. 1.183. So it's almost 1.2. I think it's going to end up around 1.25 billion, 1.3 billion perhaps. Because that's a good run. That's a good run for Top Gun Maverick. Let's see what Elvis is doing. 155. And yeah, Elvis is definitely in my top 5 of the year list, I think, as of now. What do I got? My top 5. Derpy Gaming says it was okay. Yeah. In my top 5 list of the year so far, I think I still go. The Batman is number 1. Top Gun Maverick is number 2. The Northman is number 3. And I think Elvis has got maybe number 4, if not number 5. But no, I got a sentimental thing for Downton Abbey. So Downton Abbey's not my number 4, and then Elvis. So you got the Batman, Top Gun Maverick, the Northman, Downton Abbey 2, and then Elvis. That's my top 5 as of right now. Derpy Gaming says in the live chat, saw it last night, I was wrong. I had fun, but many problems and cringe jokes that didn't hit for me. Bale carried this film overall. It was fun. 7.5 out of 10. Talking about Thor, yeah. And I think that pretty much wraps up the weekend box office. So we can get into some spoilers now, guys. And we are going to talk about spoilers for Thor. Because, yeah, as I said, if I put out a normal review, most people don't watch it. Like 10 or 20 people will watch it. So with this, I don't have a spoiler warning here. Maybe I should update the banners and say spoilers, but let's just get into it. Let's see. I don't think many people are here right now. So, yeah, not many people are here right now. So, guys, if you're watching this afterwards, I'll let you know. Maybe I'll take down the banner. Yeah. So it'll be spoilers for now. And then the banner will be back up when we're finished talking about spoilers. Okay. So let's go in and talk about Thor, what I liked about it. I liked... What did I like? Oh, okay, there we go. I like Jane. I thought her story was really well done. And I liked the whole tragedy about it, how Thor came around. But they kind of glossed over a lot of stuff with the Guardians, like him losing all the weight and stuff. And they kind of, for some reason, I was scratching my head for the most part in the beginning, thinking, where's Gamora? Where's Gamora? Why isn't Gamora with them? If Nebula's with them, you think Gamora would be with them. But I guess they're saving that storyline for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? Of Quill winning back Gamora. But, yeah, Christian Bale right there. He opens the film, and yeah, I think he's one of the big standouts for sure in this, just because of his acting. Just the way he delivers his lines and talks. Tragic opening too. He worships this one god, and they die of hunger and thirst. It's really harsh to see. Zeus didn't work for me, because you always think of Zeus, for me at least, I think of perhaps a little bit more of the Liam Neeson take on him from Clash of the Titans. This was more of like the goofy, fumbling god Zeus. He didn't seem to have a lot of insight. He didn't seem to have a lot of people just said they respected him. He didn't walk into the room and you were like, oh, I respect that guy. And I'm sure that's Taika Waititi. That's Taika Waititi's flair. That's his style. Byford the Hobbit says, hey man, how's it going? We're talking Thor spoilers right now. And actually, I thought it was going to be Gore that killed Zeus. Well, sort of killed Zeus. I thought it was going to be Gore. And I thought it would have been more powerful if it was Gore, but it was Thor that ran him through. But I guess it didn't really kill him. We'll talk about the post-credit scenes here and stuff in a little bit. That was just so outlandish, though. That whole Olympus scene, it was just a little bit too hammy. Byford the Hobbit says, thanks for the Bahubali commentary. And I'm going to watch Bahubali 2 soon on Mirror Domains India once the copyright strike gets lifted, which is in like a couple, like 10 days, I think. But anyway, talking about, Hercules. Okay, so that's a, I don't know about that. That's in the post-credit scene. Didn't work for me. I was kind of like, and here's the big thing about the problems with the post-credit scenes. We'll leave. Should we? Where are we at? Yeah, we'll tie in some of the MCU post-credit scenes. This one, a lot of people are talking about how like the MCU Phase 4 here is directionless. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and I think a lot of it has to do with the post-credit scenes, because you remember in other phases, at least the post-credit scenes, at least one of them would tie into the next movie that comes next, right? Um, yeah, it would always be leading into whatever comes next, and you would see somebody from that film. Yeah, I'm sure that Hercules will show up again somewhere along the lines with Thor, but I'm not understanding how Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness ties into events from Thor. It doesn't really at all. So it doesn't seem like they're connected, and it's not leading towards anywhere. And if somebody were to, I think that's how you have to say it when it means that Phase 4 is directionless, because it's all got all these stories all over the place, and some of the mythos now, guys, is starting to be weighed down, because they're talking about like rules for Valhalla now are worse than the multiverse, because now that you got Valhalla there, is that just another universe, or is that can they get there from the multiverse? And if they can get there, then nobody's really truly dead, right? And some of the rules they set up for Valhalla, spoiler alert, well, we've already done that. Jane dies in Thor 4 when she goes to Valhalla and sees Heimdall there. But by the same logic, they say Odin couldn't have entered Valhalla. But the golden sparks that signaled his and Jane Foster's death suggest otherwise. Moon Knight had also established that in the MCU, all versions of the afterlife exist inside the same dimension. Yeah, so some of the connections are getting muddled, and it's starting to feel like it's not cohesive. And if somebody were to tell me that the Phase 4 here is just, yeah, they don't know where it's going. Because we knew that all the first 3 phases were eventually going to lead to Infinity War, to a showdown with Thanos. Right now, who knows what's going to happen, right? Maybe Thanos can come back, unless they've defeated him in all of the multiverses. Who knows? Yeah. So, when they come out with articles like this, why the MCU's Valhalla and multiverse rules are both so unclear, it's kind of like, it is unclear. And how does the Eternals tie into what happened with Thor? No, it doesn't. And Black Widow definitely doesn't tie into this. So does that mean that Wakanda Forever is going to have absolutely no bearing in any of this, right? So, yeah, well, Ant-Man and Quantumania. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will tie a little bit into this, because we saw them in the beginning of Thor: Love and Thunder. But yeah, it has to do. I think it has to do with the post-credit scenes. That's because they should be using the post-credit scenes to tie into what comes next, to help tie in. But it's kind of like they keep on introducing these new characters that we don't know anything how that's like. Okay, if you're going to tie in this guy from the Eternals, then we should see him in the next movie. We should see him in either this or Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and we didn't see him. So what was the point in showing us this, right? And Charlize, I'll always give a pass to, but it's just kind of like people are grabbing about stuff and they're trying to figure out, okay, this guy's playing Hercules. He doesn't look like he has the Hercules physique, but whatever. It just, I think it's the combination of it being a little bit. Let's go back to the Rotten Tomatoes here. It's a little bit of the combination of not knowing where this is going to go, and with all of these new characters and all the rules are getting muddled. That the critics seem to be getting that, but the audience still is on board for it. So we still may get more of this. Well, we know we're going to get at least 4 more there, right? In this iteration of Phase 4. Is that what it said? 4? Yeah, we're going to get 4 more. The Marvels and Captain Marvel. And then there's going to be no big event, I guess, between Phase 4 and Phase 5. You know how we had an Avengers movie in between each phases previously. I guess we're not going to get that. Yeah, I think the next big thing that has to come out will have to be the X-Men. How they tie in the X-Men. I think that's what people want to see. I think I'll tell you this myself. I'm starting to get a little bit fatigued with the whole cosmic angle of it all. Yeah, because it's getting to that point where it's muddled, and that's where I feel. And I want Thor to be back as somebody in command of his own. I don't want to be so buffoonish. That's what I want. Because we know that Hemsworth can act, and he can act very well. But those are my thoughts for the Thor 4 spoilers and the MCU Post Credits, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. I just don't want to drag that on. If anybody else jumps in the live chat, we'll come back to the Thor spoilers. It's just, yeah, because it was almost to the point where I don't want to wait around anymore in the theater to watch the mid credits and the end credits. I was kind of like, I can just see these online afterwards. I'm not interested anymore. And maybe I'm still in the minority, but it's just, I do think some people are starting to feel the same way. But those are just my thoughts. Let's continue on to Avatar 2. James Cameron explains why he decided to give Jake and Neytiri a family in Avatar: The Way of Water. Apparently, The Way of Water will avoid MCU and DC issues by giving Jake and Neytiri a family, according to James Cameron. So it's all about family? Where do we know that from? Fast and Furious, right? So let's take a look at his quote here. I'm a father of 5. I look around. I don't want to specifically say the Marvel Universe and DC Universe at current fantasy and sci fiction. What? I don't want to specifically say the Marvel Universe or the DC Universe at current fantasy and science fiction, and all these heroes seem unbound in the mire of relationships. Okay. The stuff that pulls you down and clips your wings, that stops you running around and risking your life. I thought, what if I take these incredible characters like Jake and Neytiri and give them a family? That gives them the feet of clay right there. So he's saying that because they've got family, that they're not going to risk their lives or anything. But you're on the run from the people coming to the planet to get the unobtainium. So they're going to be in peril no matter what. So what the heck are you talking about? Are you just saying that people are going to be able to relate to it perhaps more because they have a family? I think that's what he's wanting. He's trying to say it. That's what he's trying to say, right? Because everybody in the MCU and DCU are just caught up in the boyfriends and girlfriends stage of relationships. They can't understand what it means to fear for somebody else's life. Ooh, that's a little bit pig-headed there, Cameron. I don't know if I agree with that. Okay, well, you know what? It is what it is. And we know that they're going to have a family, but I didn't realize that their family was going to be that big, because we know that from the trailers we saw that they're going to have a human son called Spider. Then I think they said they had like 2 or 3 of their own. And we'll have to see. But he's using the family angle. And I thought it was going to be more of a tie-in to the Fast and Furious, it's all about family kind of thing. Oh, what? Vin Diesel's in this? Oh, so there you go. Then you know for sure it's definitely all about family. Does that change your perspective on? Does it raise the stakes for you guys for Avatar 2: The Way of Water? Them having a family. It may open up the window there for people to relate to it. And that's what Cameron's all about. He's not looking to make anything edgy or new. He wants to use familiar storylines that we can relate to so he can give them money. That's his shtick. All right. Predator Prey, new images. What's this? Let's take a look at this. New Predator Prey images tease the feral version of the Predator. And this comes out, guys, just in just under a month now. The new look at the Predator prey via Empire. So let's blow this image up. Let's take a look at this. Okay, well, we knew it looked like it was going to have like bones or something on it right here, right? Right, guys? And it's going to be a male. It's not going to be a female. I don't know how this species propagates itself, but well, I guess Shane Black's Predator said that it was all genetics. I hope they don't go that route. I hope they jettison all that stuff. But he's going to have different weapons and stuff like that, and you can see is like he's got sandals on or something. Is that a bear trap right there? Looks like a bear trap. Interesting. Yeah. Oh man, it's coming out on Hulu like August 5th, and I'm totally bummed that it's not going to get a theatrical release, because I want to see it in the theater for sure. There was one more image that they had there. That's up. Yeah, with SFX magazine. It's going to be the cover shot there. You guys think about that? I think that looks pretty cool, actually. You know that it's going to have the claws. It's going to have the gun. But it's probably not going to have things like the disc or the net. Maybe it'll have the staff. I think maybe the staff is a possibility. But between that and this new image, I think that's the gun. So I don't see a staff or anything here. And his armor is very minimal. Huh. I dig it. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. I think this, after Where the Crawdads Sing, this will probably be my most anticipated. Has to be. Yeah. New images, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you dig it? I do. Furiosa update. Okay, so there's talking about Chris Hemsworth. Maybe I should have put this story right up beside Thor, but anyway, yeah, because he's going to be playing the bad guy in this. Chris Hemsworth casting could set up an Immortan Joe twist. Now, this is a little bit of a spoiler because they're talking about some of the plot of Furiosa, and I said many times before that Furiosa is going to be taking place over a number of years. It's going to be something that is going to not be like Fury Road, where it all takes place within a certain time frame. You're going to see her when she's younger, and then you're going to see her when she's older, when she's going to be like Anya Taylor-Joy's age. And we know that Hemsworth is going to be playing like Dr. Dementis, some villain. And this plot synopsis that gets revealed, I guess there is going to be a younger Immortan Joe. Of course, he can't be played by the same guy because that guy's passed on now. May he rest in peace. But, yeah. Here's the synopsis. As of right now, guys. Young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by Warlord Dementis. And we saw images of Hemsworth with like a huge beard. And we saw pictures of bikes and stuff in some set photos. Huh. Okay, so she's going to go with the biker gang there. Biker horde. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the Citadel, presided over by the Immortan Joe, and the two tyrants war for dominance. Okay. So it's going to be like a war of the bad guys, and Furiosa is going to be caught up in between. That sounds awesome. I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually. That sounds cool. And they're saying that perhaps maybe Chris Hemsworth, usually playing heroes, and co-star Tom Burke resemble to a young Immortan Joe. So Tom Burke will be the young Immortan Joe, and Hemsworth is going to be Dr. Dementis, Tom Burke. Is that the original actor? Okay, so no, he's going to be playing the young Immortan Joe. Huh. I could see it. Remember, most of his face is going to be eaten away from disease or whatever, right? I can see it. Huh. That's the young Immortan Joe. Interesting. Well, from what we assume. Furiosa. Yeah. And then they just go into some more speculation here, guys. But Furiosa comes out May 24th, 2024, so we're still more like 2 years away from this. And you never know if Miller will require reshoots of magnitude like he did with Fury Road, because Fury Road got pushed so many times because they went back for reshoots over and over and over again, which was totally worth it because it was my favorite movie of that year. We'll have to see. But that's an interesting update from Furiosa. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Mortal Kombat 2. Now, this is something that I'm still dubious about. I still don't know if these guys can correct the course from the first Mortal Kombat. They had some good ideas with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I like Kung Lao as well. He was cool. Yeah. And they did a good job of trying to work in some of the fatalities. But they're saying that Katana is going to be in this next one. Which means... Wait, didn't they kill Melina, though? So I don't know how that's going to work. Because one of the best storylines about Katana was that she was like the sister of Melina, right? So like Melina and Katana had this relationship with Shao Kahn, sort of like the way that Nebula and Gamora had with Thanos, and that relationship was awesome to see. And yeah, Shao Kahn, we need to see him. And I'm thinking that maybe they might go for a full CG route with Shao Kahn. And I think they should, like they did with Thanos. But I don't know if they'll have the budget to make it look good. Yeah. Kotal Khan? Now that might... I think that's from... I don't know if I've ever played one where he was a bad guy. Could. Okay, so he's saying that he could. Bo Rao Chow? Never heard of him. This must be from Mortal Kombat 11. Mutaro would be an interesting person to see. Would join Outworld's fighters in Mortal Kombat 2. Baraka, maybe? Is that Rain? Oh, you're not going to give us some choices there? Yeah, but I thought Melina died. Didn't Melina die in the first Mortal Kombat? Baraka, yeah. As long as he doesn't look cheesy. I like to see a Baraka. Of course, he wouldn't be able to talk. He's the same species as Melina. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still up in the air with this, guys. Mortal Kombat 2. They're working on the script right now, so I'm guessing it won't even begin to shoot until maybe early next year. So 2024 is probably when we would see it, as long as they get rid of this guy right here, Cole Young. That's all I want to see in Mortal Kombat 2. But who are some of the characters you want to see? Do you want to see the robotic ninjas? Do you want to see Cyrax? Sector? Because all of the ninja stuff is very interesting stuff. But like those movies would be, like those are stories good enough that they could make movies of their own. But they would be relegated to smaller roles in doing these movies. I think, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do like Cyrax. I used to play Cyrax quite a bit. So, Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. There was a fun video there on the weekend released by discussing film. Joseph Quinn practicing Master of Puppets for Stranger Things 4. And yeah, I heard that when we were doing our full live reactions and commentaries, guys. That's up on the channel right now. We saw that Joe Quinn there, he's a guitar player, so he actually played it, and they released this on Twitter. So I can't play it all here because of its copyright problems, right? But so he actually played it, guys. And the opening of Master Puppets is so weird. It's got such a weird timing to it. I don't like it. The opening is yeah, because just playing. I like it, but I don't like playing it because of the timing, and it's a lot of downstrokes. How about Johnny Cage? Yeah, Johnny Cage would be good for Mortal Kombat 2. But guys, Joseph Quinn there playing Master of Puppets. I thought that was cool because it actually shows him playing it, and he plays it pretty much like a normal guitar player would. He doesn't play it like Hetfield does, or and I've seen Hammett now plays it like that too, with the see how he's playing it there. He's playing it with these two fingers, and that's the way I play. And I think I said this before many times. Whoops. The way Hetfield plays is he'll use his pinky finger and that to make power chords, which is well, not that ideal, actually. Oh, I'm not even tuned for this. Yeah, I don't like the timing of it, because it's like open 5/5, open 4, open 3, open 2. Because he's hitting all the notes down the entire scale. Yeah, I don't like it. Playing it anyway, listening to it. I guess maybe I need to play it on the electric guitar. But seeing Quinn there playing it, I think that's cool, because at least he knows the licks, and he plays pretty much the entire song all the way through, guys. Other than the intros, it's really not that hard of a song to play. Well, of course the solos are, but I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. And that was probably one of my favorite moments in the entire season of him playing. Yeah. Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, we need a good Johnny Cage. For sure. See if a site that I know usually carries as much updates as we know. January, officially happening as of January. Movie Web, I think that's the one we just saw. Yeah, nothing unexpected story. No official casting for Johnny Cage. Yeah, Johnny Cage definitely needs to be in Mortal Kombat 2. For sure. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it for today. I'm going to refresh my Twitter page, and then we'll round out by looking at that. See if I missed anything here. What's this? First trailer for The Orphan First Kill will reportedly be unveiled this week. Okay. Okay, I'll be looking forward to that. You guys ever see The Orphan? It's kind of weird. She plays this young girl, but she's not young. And they have this weird, creepy moment where she tries to seduce, like, the father. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, really creepy. Jamie Foxx and Dave Franco and Snoop Dogg star in the trailer for Day Shift, coming to Netflix August 12th. Day Shift. Huh. I'm going to have to check out this trailer. I'm guessing that Snoop Dogg won't be a big role in it, though. There's Dave Franco. Now, Snoop Dogg has acted before. He's been in other films. Oh, he was in Training Day, wasn't he? Jeremy Allen. Don't know who that is. Lupita Nyong'o. And Kua Raymond, Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Emma Roberts. You know, I just recently rewatched Scream 4. I watched it because the power was out here. Well, no, the internet was out, and I had Scream 4 saved to my PlayStation library, which apparently I hear might get deleted. That would suck. But I think it's actually saved to my PlayStation. Anyway, she was the bad guy in Scream 4. Spoiler alert. And she did a good job. No, she can't come back. She definitely can't come back in the Scream franchise. I thought that was fairly definitive. Yeah. Okay, so Dolce & Gabbana must have had some kind of big show. House of the Dragon premieres in 6 weeks, and we'll be doing full live watch-alongs for that for sure. Ryan Gosling, Chris Evans, and Ana de Armas, Jessica Henwick. For The Gray Man, Q&A in Los Angeles. Well, it comes out... Does it come out this week, guys? The Gray Man? Oops. Let me see if with... I thought it was next week that it does. 2 weeks from now. July 22nd. So yeah, still 2 weeks away from The Gray Man. And we'll be doing a full live watch along for that on the channel for sure. That day that it drops. Emmy nominations will be announced tomorrow. Whoops. Sorry. Emmy nominations. Do you guys care about that kind of stuff? I really... Yeah, I don't. Palm Springs was released 2 years ago. I was late to the Palm Springs party. It's a good film. If you like weird abstract stories about kind of like the Groundhog Day kind of story of people living the same day over and over again, Palm Springs was really well done. It's a love story. I think it's the only thing that I ever liked Adam Sandberg in. The teaser for Mani Ratnam's Ponniyin Selvan has been released. Film stars Vikram and Aishwarya Rai. Really? She's back in something? Thought she took time off for a family. Actually, I thought she had completely retired. Let's see if we can see an image of her in here. Oh, there she is. No, is that her? Coming. No, that's her, right? That's Aishwarya. My voice is not as powerful as it... Guys, you take 1 or 2 days off, like 3 or 4 days off, and man, doing these things, your voice just... You lose it. I don't have the command and strength that I normally should have. But whatever this is, it looks pretty cool, man. PSI. Huh. Interesting. Baz Luhrmann reveals that Elvis will not arrive on HBO Max until fall. Okay. There's Joseph Quinn playing. 9.9 million views already. Wow. Thor Love and Thunder debuts to 302 million globally. The third highest weekend globally for Hollywood movie. I don't care about that stuff. New look at Lock and Key. Thor Love and Thunder is set to debut at number 1. Yeah, we know that. Andrew Garfield at Wimbledon. Talking about taking time off work. He's going to be on hiatus for a while, and that kind of bums me out. But I guess he wants to try to start a family of his own or something. Concentrate on family. James Gray's Armageddon Time will be released in select theaters. Huh. Pom Klementieff. Oh, she's awesome. Pom Klementieff. Looks like they were out doing something for the Marvels, because that's Brie Larson there in the middle. That's Miss Marvel right there. I'm going to wait till it's done, and then I'll do a binge review of it. 1 year ago today, Black Widow was released. And talking about Florence Pugh, guys, if you want to see some interesting pictures of Florence Pugh, go on and check out her pink dress. It was very provocative, very see-through. If you like Florence Pugh. Oh, come on. Why is there like a half-naked man there? Tony Sirico has passed away, 79. I guess on the weekend, too, on Friday, James Caan passed away. That's a bummer, too. My favorite film, I was asked about James Caan, and it was tough for me to decide between Sonny from Godfather or his role in Misery. I think he had more range in Misery, but Sonny was so iconic. Anne Hathaway, definitely one of my favorite Catwoman, because she's got the length, the tall thing going on, and I like that. I like that indeed. Taron Egerton's, it's Edgerton, guys. It's not Egerton. Oh, yeah. Blackbird is certified fresh. Daisy Edgar Jones. I think that's it for today, guys. Oh yeah, congratulations to Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons. They're officially married. That lucky guy. Unbelievable. Kirsten Dunst. That's a good catch. I guess they were in that. What were they in that movie, guys? They were in with Benedict Cumberbatch, where he plays that gay cowboy. Came out last year. What the heck were they in? The shadow of the something, right? Clemens. Power of the Dog. Power of the Dog. That's what they were in. Yeah. So Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons were in that. They did play, interestingly enough, a married couple in that. So cool. They're married officially in real life. Cool. Kudos. My favorite James Caan film is Elf. Let's do a small respects here to James Caan. Elf. Is that your favorite? Let's take a look at his resume. I'm not knocking your pick. I'm just saying there's so many to choose from. Rollerball will be one that a lot of people would have said. Oh, but he had some stuff here in the works coming down the pipe there. So these two announced ones will be not coming out, but he had something called Fast Charlie in post-production. Didn't he just come out on stage at the Oscars this year with Francis Ford Coppola? It's a bummer that it can just happen just like that, right, guys? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Yours was Elf. Elf. That's with Will Ferrell? If I'm thinking of it properly. Elf, yeah. Walter. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, Will Ferrell. That's that one. And that's what I liked about James Caan too, is that, you know, he did the serious roles like The Godfather and Misery and stuff, but then he also took time out to do fun roles like Elf. And what was that other fun movie he was in? That was kind of a knockoff of Indecent Proposal with Nicolas Cage and what the heck is her name? It's from Sex and the City with Sarah Jessica Parker. Or yeah, he's like in that, but he plays like the hammy Honeymoon in Vegas. That's what it's. He plays like that hammy bad guy that kind of like. It was just it was. He plays those fun roles. He didn't take it all seriously all the time. He was definitely a good actor. Sarah Jessica Parker was a knockout in that film too. Yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker. Huh. Wow. Wow. Well, I think that's it for today, guys. I don't see much more. Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie is reportedly set to begin filming in 2023. I'm not going to comment about that. I just hope it's good. That's all I want. Julius Hona will direct Captain America 4, starring Anthony Mackie. Yeah, that's like 3 days old. That came out on Friday too. Are you guys excited for a Captain America 4 with Mackie? I hope the costume looks better though. They got to get rid of these shoulders. It's the shoulders that throw it off. Mackie's he's big enough in the shoulders already that he doesn't need that there. And I know that it was like a homage to the more comic book looking one of them anyway. Yeah, but it's the shoulders. I don't see why he needs it. They'll update the costume, I think. Netflix's adaptation of Persuasion debuts with a score of 27%. That's that movie with Dakota Johnson, right? And Henry Golding, 27%. That's not good, but it's only 11 reviews. Oh, there's that Florence Pugh picture. I don't know if I can. I can't even show you the Florence Pugh picture. Maybe if we scroll by it very fast, you'll be able to see it. What the heck? Be lighting off fireworks out here. It's heard a loud bang. At least I hope it was fireworks. That was strange. I'm going to have to check that out. But yeah, the Florence Pugh picture, guys. You want to check. You'll want to check that out. Christian Bale knew what on what he knew about the MCU before joining Lord and Thunder. I saw one of the films where there was a big bloke looking for stones. Bifer says, I hope Captain America Anthony Mackie will become the leader of Wakanda. You think he'll become the leader of Wakanda? I don't know if he's slated for let's take a look at Anthony Mackie and his IMDb. Because if they're going to do that, he would be already shot maybe his scenes for Black Panther 2? Captain America 4 pre-production. A bunch of things that I don't know. Twisted, oh yeah, he's going to be in that Twisted Metal series. Avengers Quantum Encounter short 2022. Do we know about that, guys? I'm not seeing Black Panther there being listed. What the heck is this Quantum Encounter? Ross Marquand is the voice of Ultron. What is it, like it's a short of some kind, huh? Huh. Interesting. But yeah, if he was going to be in that, we think we would see that somewhere. And we don't. We don't see Black Panther. But that doesn't mean that they could film. Well, if he's going to take over the mantle, then he would be listed in the credits anyway. But guys, that's pretty much the way that it's been today in the realm of movie and entertainment news. We'll have to see how it goes the week. If it's too hot, then I may not be able to do it every day of the week. But I'll try. And I may turn on the camera later on here today and do some chess. We'll have to wait and see. But thank you very much for joining me. And let me know your thoughts on the Thor spoilers in the comments below. And we will talk about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more movie news.